In the heart of Benue State, nestled among the thick forest and rolling hills, lies a village so forgotten by time, it is absent from most maps. Its name: Agadagba. The villagers spoke of it in hushed tones, and even the most daring hunters would circle miles around it. For Agadagba was no ordinary village, it was the village where no one returns. The story begins with a young journalist named Terna Aboh, who worked for a rising news outlet in Makurdi. Ambitious and curious, Terna had a taste for uncovering hidden truths. When he first heard about Agadagba from an old, half-drunk hunter at a bar, he dismissed it as mere folklore. But when 3 local youths who dared to go exploring never returned, and their motorbikes were found abandoned near the forest edge, Terna's instincts kicked in. "People are afraid, but I'll find the truth," he said to his editor, begging for a 1-week leave. With only a backpack, a camera, and a local guide named Iokia, Terna set off toward the mysterious village. They reached the edge of Agadagba forest on the second day. The air grew thicker, almost difficult to breathe. The trees bent unnaturally, like they were leaning in to listen. Birds didn't chirp. Even the insects were silent. Iokia, visibly shaken, stopped. "I know they go further," he muttered. "My cousin entered this forest. Till today, not only him shot them find." Terna tried convincing him, but the guy dropped his cutlass and ran. Alone and determined, Terna pressed forward. By sunset, he found the remnant of an old footpath. Overgrown but visible. He followed it until he stumbled upon something extraordinary, an entire village frozen in time. Huts made of red clay stood perfectly preserved. Pots, chairs, even calabashes of water sat undisturbed, as if their owners had just vanished. "Hello?" Terna called out. No answer. He took out his camera and began filming, narrating what he saw. The village was silent, yet it didn't feel abandoned. It felt watched. Then came the whisper. Low. Unclear. Almost like the wind speaking in Tiv. He spun around. No one. "Get a grip," he told himself. But as night fell, things got stranger. Terna set up his tent in what looked like the village square and lit a fire. But every time the fire crackled, shadows danced unnaturally against the walls. The same whisper returned, louder now. This time, he heard it clearly. "You should not be here." He froze. "Who's there?" No reply. Just footsteps, bare feet pattering behind him. He turned fast. Empty. Then he saw them. Figures. Dozens of them. Lining the edge of the village. They looked human, but their eyes glowed faintly in the dark. They didn't speak. They didn't move. Just watched. Terna grabbed his camera, filming furiously, his hands trembling. Suddenly, everything went dark. The fire died. His camera blinked off. His torch wouldn't light. His phone screen cracked by itself. And then the screaming began. Not from him. From the huts. Voices. Agonizing. Wailing. Children crying. Women screaming. Men shouting in Tiv, Idoma, even Hausa, languages layered over each other in an orchestra of terror. He covered his ears. This isn't real. A cold hand touched his shoulder. He screamed and ran. Into the woods. Tripping, falling, panting. All night. He woke up at dawn, lying beside a stream, face scratched, clothes torn, and camera missing. When Terna limped back into town 2 days later, people gathered in shock. They had already begun mourning him, assuming he was lost like the others. He could barely speak. Feverish. Eyes wide. "Agadagba is not empty," he whispered. "It's a trap." He tried to explain what he saw, but most thought he had gone mad. Only his mother believed him. A month later, a local priest, Father Ajuma, decided to visit the village with a group of 4 brave volunteers. They said prayers, carried holy water, and wore crosses. They never returned. After that, Agadagba was declared cursed by the elders. No one was to speak of it. Maps with the village name were quietly destroyed. Government officials were warned to avoid the area. Terna moved to Abuja, shaken but alive. He never wrote the story. The footage from his camera was mysteriously corrupted, filled only with static and warped screams. But sometimes, in his dreams, he sees the village again. The glowing eyes. The whispering wind. The cold hand. And always, the same voices. You left. But not all of you. To this day, Agadagba remains untouched, a forgotten scar in the heart of Benue. Hunters, soldiers, even drone teams sent by curious YouTubers all end the same way, disappeared, disconnected, or found wandering with no memory. Some say the village was built on ancient ground, sacred land desecrated by greedy settlers. Others whisper of a covenant made long ago, broken by betrayal, binding the souls of the village to eternal unrest. But no one knows for sure. Because no one ever returns. Except Terna. And he will never go back.